Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. This is Yermiyah, YOSHSHAALIA, Benyahrael, and this is Real Talk. And this is just a continuation of part 1, Messiah or Lair, New Testament, Fake or Straight. This is just an add-on. I forgot to put this in the first video, so I'm making this now. I'm going to read to you. This goes with Daniel chapter 9, 24 through 27. Our prophetic return to Egypt. In Deuteronomy 28, verse 68, we find a prophetic statement made by Elohim, Almighty Master, that the African Hebrews would return to Egypt again, but this time by the way of ships. And they would be, and there they would be sold unto their enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. It is certain that this prophecy fell upon only one people on the face of the earth, the people of Africa, the victim of the greatest, most cruel, vicious, and horrifying slave trade in the annals of history. And their quest to escape the onslaught of destruction that came upon Jerusalem in 70 AD by the Roman general Titus. The African Hebrews fled westward and southward into northern and central Africa. This invasion of Jerusalem and the conquest of this region caused the final dispersion of all the remnant of the black Northeast African tribe people. This flight into northern, central, and western Africa placed the African Hebrews in position for the fulfillment of the prophecy, the great African slave trade. Okay, I'm not going no further with that. I'm going to go over this again. We want to go to verse 26 of Daniel chapter 9. Then after 62 weeks, the Messiah will be cut off and have nothing. And the people of the prince, remember I told you, the prince they're talking about is an angel. Whatever angel this is that's over Rome, over the people of Rome, this is the prince. As it was in Daniel when he fasted for 21 days, 3 weeks, to get the understanding of the end of his people, what was going to happen, and an angel Gabriel came unto him, but it took him 21 days to get the answer because the prince of Persia withstood him, and he had to get help for the archangel Michael, which is in which is in Daniel chapter 10. Daniel chapter 10 tells you about this. Daniel chapter 10. Daniel chapter 10, it tells you, it says in verse, let me start at verse 12. Then he said to me, do not be afraid, Daniel, for from the first day that you set your heart or understanding this and humbling yourself before Elohim, Almighty Master, your words were heard, and I have come in response to your word. So the day Daniel set his heart to know and understand the vision, it was answered. Verse 13 says, but the prince of the kingdom of Persia was withstanding me for 21 days. So for 21 days, the prince of Persia was fighting or trying to hold up Gabriel so that Gabriel would not come down and give Daniel this understanding. For 21 days, and we know that when we look at the word prince, we think of an earthly man that father is a king. Well, we know here, there's no earthly man that's going to withstand the angel Gabriel and withstand him for 21 days. We know that Jacob wrestled all night and got his socket and his hip pulled out. Some say that's why a lot of us men walk with a limp. He said, withstood me for 21 days. Then behold, Michael, one of the chief princes came to help me, for I had been left there with the king of Persia. So it's telling you that Persia had a fallen angel over it. And Michael had to come help Gabriel to get loose so he could come down here and tell us the dream. Now, it says again, then after the 62 weeks, the Messiah will be cut off and have nothing, and the people of the prince that was over this people who will come in, who is to come, will destroy the city. What city? Jerusalem. And the sanctuary. What sanctuary? The temple. And it will come with a flood, even to the end, there will be war, desolation are determined. So it says the people of the prince, meaning Rome has a prince. And this prince is a fallen angel. The Messiah was cut off, 70 AD. Titus came in with his army under the power of the prince. If you look at the documentary called Age of Deceit, listen to what George Bush Jr. said. We are directed by the angel that rides in the clouds, rides in the cherubims in the clouds. That came out of his own mouth. I'm paraphrasing, but he said that we are directed by the angel, by the cherubim that rides in the chariots in the clouds, that direct our path. Age of Deceit, watch it, listen to it. This is Rome, this is Babylon, this is Egypt and Sodom. Make no mistake, it's under a demonic spirit, it's under a demonic angel, a fallen angel. Make no mistake, the movie Transformers is telling you about what they really try to do. They try to release those angels that fell, that are locked in the ground with milestones on top of them so they can't get out. They're trying to release them. They get information from them. They get ready for the last war against the nation of YOSHSHAALIA. Prepare yourself. Cover yourself with the blood of the Lamb. Because if you don't be covered with the blood of the Lamb, you're going to be ASSOUT. And that's it. You've been listening to Yermiyah, YOSHSHAALIA, Benyahrael. This is Real Talk. Shabbat Shalom. I love you. Peace out.